Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Roleplay Central. We're going to have a different episode this time.
Yes.
Be prepared for a long one because we're going to be playing Microscope.
Uh-huh.
And this is just a general world-building game. You can also build histories and all kinds of other
stuff. Yeah, it's a history-building game.
But we're not going to go through like the fine details of how to play. It'll kind of come as we go.
Well, I will. Yeah, I will
Yeah.
basically go over the phases.
When we get to the different steps, we'll
Yeah.
explain a little bit about what's going on. But let's just get started and not waste any more time.
So the first step is the big picture, right? Which is basically like what is this whole thing?
Yeah, and we decided beforehand that we wanted to make this a world that we could play our D&D sessions in.
Yeah, so this is like world history for a D&D world.
Yeah,
for our D&D world.
And it can. We've not thrown anything off the table yet.
No,
we will very soon. But yeah.
Okay, so we've got the big picture. Now we need to bookend. So we need to figure out, okay, where are we starting? Where are we ending?
So currently, where would the world sit currently? And this is currently? That's where the world would sit currently. That's where I would put a bookend, like as of.
Well, I mean personally, I would put the like the end of the bookend, right? I would put like apocalypse or something like that.
Okay.
Right. I don't know. That's an idea. Right, because that still leaves play open for post-apocalyptic games.
Yeah.
Right. So I mean, you could like the last period could be apocalypse.
Okay.
Right. But
where does it
start?
Like I think the beginning should be some sort of like giant event that like the gods were mad or something.
They're mad, so they created something.
Like they had a fight and they birthed this world out of it.
Didn't like a god or an angel or something like that do that in like Diablo? Isn't that?
I don't think
didn't the one chick like create the world that you play in for?
Oh, I don't know.
Didn't she? I don't remember.
Sure.
But we could.
I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, we could do that. We could do like we were talking about before, like a Spelljammer crash lands, and they discover the planet. So it's uninhabited, and then
or maybe it is inhabited, and we just don't know yet until the aliens.
Okay, so are we going to do that for the end? The
end point I agree with. I think the apocalypse
is it's generic enough that anything could happen.
Yeah.
Right. But we still got to decide on the beginning.
It's an open.
Do you want to write down the beginning?
Maybe it's an open-ended apocalypse.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Because
it could be anything. Because there's a post-apocalypse
somehow
that you can play it, right?
Yeah.
Maybe somehow they stop it before it happens, or
I don't know if I'm spelling apocalypse right.
Yeah. So
usually I spell.
So we decided on what being the beginning, or have we not?
We haven't decided on the beginning for sure.
I really like big cataclysmic god-like events being the start of a lot of things.
Okay.
But I'm open to the other idea that we had.
Well, I mean, you could just say
maybe it's small
creation,
God.
Genesis. I don't know.
Maybe it's small God.
In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth.
Maybe that's why you crash landed. Because the gods screwed with your shift or something.
I don't know.
All right, let's go with that.
They could have a hand.
You cool with that?
Okay.
They could have a hand in it.
Okay, you write that down. And
okay, so.
But I mean,
wanted you here for some weird reason. Maybe it is to start the apocalypse or stop it, depending on.
I don't know
if you're good or bad.
And we have no idea what time period this is taking place over the course of. Right.
Yeah.
Just realized I did spell it wrong. I spelled it with a K and not a C.
Yeah. Peace. Or P.
I think it's a C.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah. I think I'm just too used to the DC comics, the DC Comics Apocalypse. Like it's an actual planet.
All right, so I wrote down this. I wrote
K.
down gods messed with space life and brought them to this world.
Okay, that's the first period.
Yep.
Nope, just lay it down right here. Okay.
Boom.
Sorry.
So we have the beginning and the
starting
end.
and the ending.
Now
we got to fill it all in.
Now periods. You basically have to decide whether or not, like, subjectively, obviously, whether or not it's a good thing or a bad thing.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, apocalypse, I'm probably going to call a bad thing, right?
Yeah.
World-ending event, probably a bad thing.
And this is probably a good thing.
Is that good?
Or is it bad?
Is that a good thing?
John, you decide.
Question.
John gets to decide whether or not that's a good thing or a bad thing. Or I mean, a good. By the way, we might be
neutral.
We might be butchering some of this, but I'm pretty sure one has to be good and one has to be bad.
Okay.
One has. Okay.
I think so. I think so.
Okay, so yeah. Good,
so yeah, this is good.
I mean, unless you want to.
Unless you're a bad person, then you might.
Okay.
Right.
Now that we have the bookends, now
because I guess
now we decide yes and no's.
Technically, it would be based off of your alignment, right? Because if you're good, this could be a good thing. And also, if you're bad, that could be a good thing because then maybe you're the one who brings the.
So
I actually think now that we have this, I think this is a good way to introduce magic into the world, because otherworldly beings maybe are like naturally magic.
Anyways, so
that's for a later point.
The next part, we decide on the palette, which is basically like we're gonna snake back and forth and say like. No basically means that it can't exist in this game. And yes means that it's on the table.
Yeah.
Right.
It can totally be on the game if you wanted to.
Can it be objects? Can it be like what are the limitations on that?
Well, I mean,
is it just
there's not really a lot of there's not really any limitations.
Okay.
I mean, not really. So. Well, do you want to go first, Skylar?
Sure.
As a yes or a no?
A yes is there is magic in this world.
Okay. Well, I mean, it's a D&D world, so I just assumed.
Well, we better make that in there then.
Yeah, well, I mean, I just assumed it was.
Well, there are D&D. I mean, I've played campaigns where there's no magic. To get interesting real fast.
All right, John, you're up.
Okay.
I should write smaller.
There are
we got a lot of note cards.
So what's the background on this? Is there only like a few people who have come to this world?
Well, at that stage, but a lot happens. Like we don't know how long's taking place between there and there. Right? It could be thousands of years, and things could populate. You're going to be able to add events here in a second, and periods.
Okay.
So
there are only 3 shields in this world.
Only 3 shields exist.
That's it.
Okay, no more than 3 shields. I'll put that under no.
Yeah.
There cannot exist more than
magic,
3 shields.
These 3,
there's only 3 magic
3
shields.
shields are magic, and they're the only ones. Anytime anybody tries to make one, they just break immediately.
Yes, I didn't. No!
It just crumbles. More than 4.
I just spent a week working on this thing.
Only 3 shields.
Only 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you get to decide what they.
This is just basically a preference, but I don't like, and this might be unpopular, but I don't like anthropomorphic animal races.
So furries.
He put it the polite way.
No furry races. That's what I'm putting that under. No furry races.
So no furbolgs?
Furbolgs, technically.
I'd consider them a furry race.
No,
no,
they're not. They're
I think he's thinking more like tabaxi.
The only reason people actually like refer to furbolgs as or I mean have started drawing them right as like cow people and stuff like that is I'm pretty sure because of Critical Role.
Oh,
Right, but originally, because of
Aren't they like part
caduceus,
giant or
yeah,
something?
they're like a giant offshoot. They're like Goliaths, basically. But
They're just a different race.
But yeah,
Right.
so for folks,
But no cat
folks
people.
work.
No. Are dragonborns technically?
no, because I don't think a dragon is a
Are they
no.
technically then?
Maybe a lizard folk would be, but I don't think a dragon is.
But if lizard folk are, then dragonborn would be one.
If we put no, I
No,
don't think
dragons and lizards aren't
well, I think dragons
like-
are inherently magical, right? I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm going to say if you okay, I'll write that down because we're snaking basically. So yes, dragonborn race. So that's an exception to that rule.
Okay.
Okay, what's your next one, John?
Well,
I've
it's
got-
Shriver, right?
no, it's
No, it's
snaking. It
snakes.
goes
Oh,
to him, then
It's
him
like-
to
it's
me,
like
then
Catan.
me to him, then
When you
him
start
to me.
Catan, basically,
oh, okay.
it goes back and forth this way. Dragonborn exists, but furries don't.
Maybe there are only 3-hour days.
Ooh. That's interesting.
Okay, well, no, let's
Is this
do
like a moon?
let's do 4-hour days.
maybe
No.
we're populating a moon.
What's a quarter?
Okay.
A quarter of 24. So
Six.
6-hour days.
Okay, 6-hour days.
Long
The world's
nights.
just spinning.
We're in Zelda now.
Long nights.
The world's just spinning. Okay, so 6-hour days.
Right? Isn't Zelda like the Majora's Mask and stuff like 6 hours?
I think so.
Now we can go as long as we come up with ideas. So, like, you have any ideas? Anything else?
I do not want like empires and big kingdoms. I want like factions and like cliques to exist, but not like big empires or anything.
None ever to exist in the entire.
I want the only thing to exist is like local like groups and cliques and like
Okay.
they can be any size they want to be, but like they're not like
So for some reason,
It's not like
okay.
Large
it's not like there's
no
this
large
kingdom and this
government,
kingdom and over here.
essentially.
Okay.
I would just say like no kingdoms or empires.
No large ruling government.
Yeah, it's well. I mean, they can establish a government if they want to within the faction, but that's besides the point.
That's just gonna, we're just saying that's going to be hard to figure out.
Yeah.
Unless there's something like the universe is actually stopping them from forming,
Yeah.
right? Or like some god or something like that. Or
Okay, I
Something like
can
that.
say this like no like there's no like massive like cities, you know, like huge kingdom
no
like
big
cities. There's just only like localized towns.
If anybody ever tries to start a big city, it gets destroyed.
Yeah. Or there's always something. There's always something that happens to it, whether it be you know a torrential downpour of rain that knocks out half the city, or you know something like that. Like that. That's always what happens.
Okay, so
There's always some kind of event that happens whenever someone tries to build a
Maybe-
city over a
maybe
certain
you could
size.
put like large.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out how to write this.
Well, just
Short.
as like a
No, like
maybe they. Well, so there has to be something that
prevents.
enables that, right?
Yeah, something that prevents.
That keeps that from happening, because obviously, as a society, it would grow eventually.
Yeah, so there has to be something
There has to
preventing
be
it.
something. So
So
maybe
what's
there's like large.
What is preventing it?
Maybe large natural disasters.
I would just
are
say
common?
it's. I was going to say it's part of the.
Okay, common large natural disasters.
Yeah, that works with what I was
Maybe
going to
that
say. Is because
happens
like I think
more often.
I think
than-
it's like
It happens a lot.
I think it's like an elemental planet.
It happens a lot.
Whereas it's
Okay.
it's a group of legendary
Okay.
like godlike elementals that
I'll
control
put-
what happens.
I'll
on the
put that
planet.
in.
They don't
in,
like big
in
cities.
the yes. So frequent large natural disasters.
Yeah.
Okay. What's your
Because
next
that
one?
would
Shelley?
keep a city from necessarily being established, unless it's a magic city,
And we have magic.
which could potentially happen.
Oh, okay. How?
Maybe that could be a yes. Maybe Maybe there is a possibility of one large magic city or something.
Well, I think that would be an exploratory thing for a game. Would be like, how do you?
Yeah, I mean that could be a period, right? The rise of this, the rise of this big magical
city.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Has
I like
figured
that.
out
a way to like preventive.
They figured out how to use magic to circumvent the. Okay, I like that.
Okay,
so maybe you have to add that in a yes then, or you haven't.
Well, I mean, I think we add that in as
that's going to be a
period or an event, basically.
So maybe just put.
I have frequent natural disasters.
So then, should we not put that there are no large cities?
Yeah. We're not putting that. We're putting
this
is why that happens.
And so it's just commonplace. There are no.
Yeah, exactly.
Big cities.
Okay.
Okay.
I like that.
Do we have a lot more ideas? I don't really have anything else.
Come back to me. I'm sure I'll have one more thing.
Do you have any ideas? Anything else that has to exist or can't exist? Or, I mean, is on the table or can't exist? Okay.
Maybe...
Yeah, and that fits. Eventually, there's some kind of major cataclysm that causes the apocalypse.
Yeah.
There you go.
To go along with that, maybe
there are no small.
Maybe sacrifices have to be made.
Small beings. I don't know. Like no small. Everything's big. Maybe.
Yeah. Maybe
that makes sense.
Yeah, exactly. I have an idea for the period right before the apocalypse.
Maybe no small monsters.
So, all
of them have become big.
All the monsters
would be cool
because of
what would be cool is no monster that is like a natural occurrence. It's all magic.
Like large.
Yeah, so maybe everything's...
So like enlarged animals. I'll just write that. Enlarged monsters.
They're able to actually survive.
And we can build.
I was going to say like no natural animals. They're all magic based animals.
So there's almost
they don't get wiped out during all these
magic
events
in this world. Yeah. Basically,
There's
so the magic is like augmenting. It's augmenting reality, causing disasters, and it's augmenting
the entire planet is based in
for,
magic.
Everything. So maybe everything is larger than normal.
So too much magic. Yeah.
Causing things to become larger than.
Yeah.
An overwhelming amount of magic.
Okay.
We should probably come up with one more no.
This is unhinged.
Or a couple more no's.
I should come up with a couple more no's.
Well, I think we're coming up with something good right here.
I think we're on a roll right here.
This is good. Definitely a world that you can play D&D in.
Yep.
There are no eggs.
No eggs.
So
things just appear.
No
at
eggs.
a time. Yeah.
No. Everything is.
No eggs. So
yeah. There's
anything
no eggs.
any food that requires eggs.
So no fruit. There are no fruit.
No, just eggs, like chicken eggs.
Okay, so no.
Or any bird.
Yeah. No animal eggs.
Like
no animal eggs.
So any animal that is it's just
they've all turned into live-birthing animals.
So only live.
It's just
birth.
Magically created, or it's live birth.
Only live birth.
or magically created.
No, Shyler, do you have one more no? You said you wanted to do a no.
What's a no?
We have a lot of yeses. We filled the whole note card with yeses, so that's enough yeses, I think. We have no furry races, and no more shields than 3. So there are only 3 like epic, like legendary magic shields.
I would say there's
yeah, maybe they're the key and they're like scattered all over the world.
Yeah.
Could be.
I don't know.
That could be an event, like there's some kind of big war and then the scattering of the shields.
Yeah.
Or like this one warrior's shield was so powerful that they broke it into 3 pieces and they scattered it all over the world. What were you saying?
This would be fun.
Okay.
There's no communication other than telepathy in this world.
I mean, that might make D&D a little bit more complicated.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that might make it a little complicated. Never mind. Forget
What
that.
about no unnatural light sources?
No unnatural light, so no like magic.
So like,
light.
no magic light. I like that. Yeah.
Okay, no unnatural light.
Good job, John.
That's one thing that's magic.
Yeah.
Well, I already see this world as like a mixture of things
lights,
like a volcano,
smells.
volcanoes like wrecking.
Sorry,
We have
I'm
that.
just making it really difficult because
Okay.
the nights are super long.
And the natural glow of
Hopefully,
whatever is in this planet.
Yeah,
this
well,
world.
maybe some of the flora
provides you light.
Like gives off glow and stuff like that. Some of the plants might be.
Yeah,
because I would
maybe
consider
people's
that an
lanterns
exception.
is just some sort of magical container that holds lava or something. Like,
but no fire. Fire can still be a thing. We didn't say no fire. So
yeah.
just no unnatural light.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I think that's
who wants to start? So now we go around and we place either periods or events, basically. And I think we can probably go 2 rounds.
So are we starting at the beginning, or do we just?
Well, you can
place
start
it
wherever. You just make if you're
Literally
making a period, you write it down and then put it where you want it to be.
Events happen inside periods, right?
Okay.
So you would put events underneath the period, right? So the events happen inside periods because this is a period of time.
Well, I think
a period of time.
One period that we already agreed on
Right.
is the first big city is figured out like how to build a big city.
Well,
Yeah, that could be one of them.
Yeah.
so who wants to start?
Maybe there is a development of.
Who wants to start? Somebody take a card and then we'll go clockwise.
Are
from
we
there.
going to be doing multiple? Like, how many can we do?
Well,
let's
let's go like
let's
a couple
go
times
endless.
around.
Let's go twice, and then we'll go into the focus phase.
Yeah.
Of it.
Okay.
That works.
Let's go twice.
So each of us make 2 periods, and then
Right.
we
But should we
well,
say that?
periods or
or
Should we
events,
say
yeah.
that Magic City is like a for sure thing?
events. Yeah.
I think that's a good
one
yeah.
that- okay,
yeah,
so
that's a
maybe
good-
write that down
Okay. So
and put that on the line.
as a period,
That's one that we've already
Or-
kind of decided.
as an event or a period.
Period. Because
Yeah.
maybe it happens.
Okay.
over.
So the
It could
rise of
happen
like what
over.
is this? What is this called? This city?
The rise of magic megastructures.
Magic. No.
What's the
It's
city,
It's a
maybe?
city. So like here, I have this. It's got some tables for stuff like this. Somebody else go and I'll figure this out. Somebody else grab something and put something down. I'll
John.
figure this out. Kingdom generator.
Do it. Make sure it's
We're gonna name it.
That's what tables are for.
So
They're helpful.
we just come
Okay.
up with an
Roll a d20.
You can come up with a
We came to
period
D&D
or an
with no
event.
dice.
Huh?
We came to D&D with no dice.
Oh
You have
yeah.
a dice roller. Maybe you could do it on your computer
Or on your phone.
or phone or whatever.
Or,
So we
I
just
mean,
come up with a period.
John
right?
came
So-
up with the city, so maybe John should just pick. What are these names?
So what are we
like?
rolling? What dice?
Do you want him to roll or do you want to pick? This is just a bunch of example names for a kingdom. Well, I mean,
Okay,
we can come up with
what's the
something.
size of the table?
We can come up with something.
Or what about
It's a D20.
Necropolis? What if we call it
Necropolis. Okay.
Necropolis.
Rise of Necropolis. Okay, it's the floating, or no, it's the magical city of the dead. And for some reason, this city, they figured out how to do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like it.
Yeah.
Could be one of the cities. Maybe that's. It's like a city of the damned.
Yeah.
Just a bunch of undead soldiers. And
City of the Dead.
that could be one.
Well,
of
I
the-
kind of like this being
That could be
being
like a
good light
foreshadow
city
of
too.
the
Like,
apocalypse to happen. maybe you have to stop this city from being completed or something. Maybe if it's completed, there's something bad that happens or something. I don't know.
Should I say somehow immune to natural disasters? Or immune to the... I don't know.
Yeah, immune to it.
They have some sort of a force field type thing that keeps...
Like maybe it's not actually part of the world. Like it's not built on the ground. It's the first floating city.
And I mean, obviously, talking to these guys now, obviously, we're playing this a little bit more freeform than it is in the books, but we don't care.
Yeah, we don't care. Yeah. We're loosely following the rules. But
it's supposed to be in order, but I don't care.
Yeah.
Okay, now is this positive or negative? The rise of the City of the Dead.
Well, originally I was going for positive, but now that it's an evil city, I don't know.
No, it's City of the Dead. I didn't say it was evil.
Oh, well, I guess
that could be
dead.
good.
Dead doesn't mean evil.
Because they could just be like a bunch of lawful good.
Okay.
Say good.
Necromancers.
It's good, and that's somewhere in between here.
Did you guys
Perfect.
Did you ever see that TikTok of that guy?
All the necromancers in this world
where
are
he comes up with
good.
like these ideas for character creation. He's like, one character that would be really funny is a lawful good necromancer.
A lawful good necromancer.
And he goes around and like pays people to take care of their bodies and stuff. Just brings them back from the dead.
All right. So we got that.
Okay, so we have one period. I wrote that down technically, so you guys each do one.
I have no idea right now.
Either an event or a period.
An event.
Or a period.
So the events will go underneath the periods, right?
Yeah. So because the events happen within the periods, because periods are a generic amount of time, right? So events are specific events, right? You know what I mean? So one particular war or something like that would be an event, right?
I've got an idea. So read to me the no's again.
No more shield, no more magic shield, or I mean, no more shields than 3, and we've already established that those are the 3. No furry races and no unnatural light.
Okay, well then this fits then.
It'll have to.
Yeah. I kind of had this idea.
What would real quick?
Yeah.
What would we call the thing? This thing that's causing, or things that is causing all these natural disasters?
Well, I think it's just the abundance of magic and chaos,
It's just
like infused into the world. So they're like there's too much. So it's like literally like causing disasters and like mutating animals and stuff like that, right? So there's just too much magic. That's why there's an abundance of magic. There's so much magic, it's spinning the world faster. Because we got 6-hour days.
What if there are like random portals that are open?
Random portals.
Due to all the magic, maybe they just open up and like random.
Well, I mean,
So
an event could be the first portal.
So I made an event,
and then all the other portals happen after that, right? And they all.
This could be a scene for the portals. The fight to eliminate magic begins.
To eliminate magic. Okay. And then what do you got, John?
I don't know. I'm trying to decide.
And then portals. That's a good idea, though. Portals just start opening up. Could be a precursor to the apocalypse.
Yeah.
I also thought of a period that could be a precursor to the apocalypse, to this world specifically, because there's so much magic and so much elemental energy.
Mm-hmm.
You could do something called like Clash of the Titans kind of a situation.
Maybe instead of eliminate, it should be contain.
Contain.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's contain.
Container control or something like that.
Yeah, control. Let's go with control. Are you cool with that?
Yeah.
So that all these events aren't just happening.
Yeah.
So maybe...
Do events have to be good or marked as good or bad?
I don't think so. I can make sure, but I don't think so. I think it's just periods that have to be marked.
All right, John, you write something down while he's figuring that out.
But I mean, nobody's gonna get us in trouble if we don't. So, I mean, the guy that Ben Robbins, he's gonna email us.
You did it wrong.
He's not gonna come back.
How dare you?
I'm a big Ben Robbins fan. Also, this chick, Madeline Hale. Right, random
Table
Fables. She has, one of her books is a book that's literally a D1000 table of magic items.
Jeez, fun.
And it's divided into D100 sections. Also the D1000 section, D100 sections, and D20 sections. So like you can roll on specific sections within the D1000 table. So it's really like she's really a genius.
Cool.
Table. It's like I don't know who would have thought of that.
All right, so I've got the fight to control magic begins.
During the
This rise, right?
Yeah.
That's there.
Yeah.
And just because we'll just say it's a good event.
Okay.
Right, John. I've made one.
John, you're
Tyler's
up.
made one. You're up. We could use periods to tie the rise of Necropolis to either the beginning or the end.
Or events or whatever.
What about a 20-year war?
Yes.
Yes.
20-year war.
That's great. That's kind of crazy.
And it's going to happen.
All right.
Is that's sweet. Is it good or bad?
Is that a bad or a good thing?
Is there a neutral option?
Nope. Colored in circle or not colored in circle?
I don't know. What do you guys think? Bad. Think it's bad?
Yeah, because it leads to the apocalypse, man. It leads to a bad thing.
Okay.
Tyler's got his next one.
And this is a precursor to the 20-year war. All the elementals go to war, and they just start destroying everything.
Elemental Titans,
Okay.
I love it.
Okay, Clash of the Elemental Titans. So things get too bad, and then they go to war, and then there's another 20-year war after that.
So what if this is under here?
You want to do? Oh, really? You want to do that? We could do that.
So what if this is the 20-year war?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then I think this should be underneath that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So that happens within the 20-year period. Okay. So I've done 2. You guys have both done 1. You guys want to go again?
Yeah.
I think we need more
Periods?
periods. Yeah.
Yes. What do you guys think?
So would like
Well, I mean, and we could contextualize this a little bit more with more events and maybe a period
Yeah.
before.
Well, I was
how
actually
did
gonna say that.
this
Yeah.
start?
I was going to say
start?
the next period would
Yeah.
be like discovery of an abundance of magic in this world.
Maybe like
Or maybe it's normal, right? Somebody breaks it. All shit goes
goes haywire.
goes loose. You know what I mean? All hell breaks loose. That's what I was thinking of. Right.
Shit.
All shit breaks loose.
Oh, but no. That's a good idea because that happens, right? And that's when the shield thing happens, right?
Maybe
Whoever the hero of, or the villain of the story is, right, in that period of time.
Maybe the shields are the way that Necropolis is built, because they're essentially holding back the power of the planet or of these elemental things that are causing all these disasters. All those shields. We need to bring in the shields somewhere.
I don't think anything's holding it back, at least during this whole period, Right,
Maybe
that's what I'm saying.
Maybe the shield.
The shield gets lost.
Are a way to contain the magic or reduce its effects or something.
So
the shield is.
I'm gonna put down the 3 magic shields are lost.
Okay. Maybe we should put in a period there
because it's between that
because that would be an event that happens in this period.
So this happens. Right. People end up here on the world. Something happens here. Then the shields.
Okay, so
shields are lost or something.
Yeah.
Then something else happens. Then the necropolis.
Yeah.
Becomes a thing. Then there's a war that happens or breaks out, which inevitably leads to an apocalypse.
Yes.
So would the Titans?
Basically, everything gets so bad that the elementals actually you know what I mean, come out and
maybe there's like a war that happens before here.
Yeah.
So we show up. Maybe there's already like some sort of issue between the Titans.
Yeah.
That is amplified somehow during this time here.
And then I think...
And then maybe there's like a rest period, kind of. But maybe these elemental titans are causing these natural disasters.
Well, maybe
so a rest
period. Maybe this is like a cataclysmic event, like it's like the Ice Age, like an asteroid.
Well, I mean,
what if the elemental titans are like actual? Like maybe they're giants. Like
I'm thinking like giants. Hercules Titans.
They could be giant. They could be both.
I'm thinking
Titans in D&D are like they're both elementals and like.
I'm thinking like the Titans in Hercules in the animated.
Well, I mean, there's that kind, and then there's also the giant kind. They're just giants, right? They're both.
So maybe.
So.
What if these people came? Maybe one of them was trying to make friends with the Titans,
or with the elementals.
Yeah,
right,
with these elementals, and maybe he was trying to befriend them.
So what period is all this happening?
And then maybe something happens, or maybe there was an evil guy that caused more.
So maybe the period. The period is
what do I call the period? Basically, like what's a generic name for this period? And then we can put all those events in this period, right? All those events that we've been talking about can go in this period. But what do I call it?
Well, what's going to be out right after this?
The arrival.
I think that period that we're talking about.
Maybe we have this first period be the arrival, and we can put that.
Maybe.
Well, that is the first period.
Arrival.
That's the arrival.
Then maybe there's like I don't know, what's another word for like exploratory, like scouting?
Yeah,
discovery
period.
Explore,
discovery period.
Where then maybe they've befriended these titans or something.
Yes,
but then maybe one.
I'm going to call that a positive discovery period.
Yeah. Maybe befriending the titans is the next period.
That would be more of an event, wouldn't it?
Well, it could be like it happens at the time.
Yeah, courting
the titans.
Courting. You know what I mean? Like building a relationship with.
Yeah. Should we do that?
Yeah.
Courting.
Okay. So I think we got a good amount of periods of time.
Yeah. I think there still needs to be something
that causes
maybe like a fallout or something, like fallout. A falling out or something.
Fallout. That's a good name for a period. The fallout period.
Yeah. We all start building
where
weird
everything
robotic
just kind of starts to go to shit.
Maybe now let's fill in some some events.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I would say like maybe this is when the all the elemental.
I think the fallout is when the conflict happens and the shield is lost.
Yeah, and maybe that's when all the.
I'm going to write that down.
Maybe that's when all the natural disasters started happening. Like major natural disasters. or something.
What do I say? So
Shield
conflict.
or shields lost.
So conflict
Shields lost
with
and
with elementals.
natural disasters start or something.
Natural disasters start. What do you got, Shyler? I'm gonna write.
I've gotten a
Shield. Oh yeah. This is working out.
Okay,
This
so
is
this
better
is
than
bad,
I thought it was.
right?
Yeah.
This is good. That's good. Pretty much
Lost.
everything good happens.
Shield is lost. Natural disasters start. Factions rise and fall. So like this is a mini apocalypse before the apocalypse.
For the apocalypse. This is just like a precursor.
What else is
of what's
happening in the
to come.
20-year war?
well, here, put this under the apocalypse. The control of limited magic is established. So like normal magic as we would know in D&D.
Maybe that
would
was
be right there in the
What
apocalypse.
if that was in the 20-year? Right. What if that was
Maybe
at the
this
end
is
of
like
the
an-
20
Yeah,
year?
that's what
What
I
if
think
this
of
is like
is
an
the
epi-
apocalypse.
Maybe
That's,
this is like a potential outcome, right? So maybe this is what.
Well, where do you want to Shyler? Technically,
right where it is. Yeah,
technically,
under the
Shyler
apocalypse.
gets to.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Maybe that's like what that could maybe be the end.
After
like,
all of this happens, we
maybe
finally
this is
have
what
how
stops
we
the
finally
envision-
apocalypse.
We finally have control.
how we this so like that's
Yeah.
like how we envision magic is in D&D is limited magic, limited control.
Yeah. Post-apocalypse.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's how we envision
good.
D&D is today.
That's
Is
good.
limited
That's
control
good.
of magic, instead
That's
of whatever godlike power this whole process is.
So maybe all the maybe everything is just continually ramped up over this time period. So maybe the magic is starting to lose more and more control over time.
I'm okay.
And
I'm
So
maybe-
say that again.
So
I was not
right.
listening.
So
Sorry.
here at the Fallout, right, we've got these natural disasters that have started. Maybe they started out kind of smaller, but as time has gone by, maybe they've ramped up. They've gotten worse and worse and worse.
Yeah.
And stuff.
What are we going to call this magic shield that's like the epic thing? What are we calling it? Do we have a name for the shield? Shield is I'll just put shield as reforged.
The ley line shields.
What about that portals idea? We could put that somewhere.
Well, yeah.
What if we put that in here?
Yep.
Maybe there's like an
Yeah.
introduction of more and more
Okay.
monsters that come
During the
through.
20-year war, the shields are collected and the magic shield is reforged.
Mhm.
During the 20-year war.
Yeah.
Right. So while they're at war,
So is it
they're
are all these like just potential outcomes?
no. These are events
Or
that
these are
happen
actually
during.
going
Yeah,
to
these are
happen?
actually happening.
And then we're gonna break down.
So these are events that
we can
happen
break
in
down
these
events
periods of
into
time.
scenes after this.
So this is all canon. We're stuck with all this.
This is all happening.
Okay, so
Happening.
there's no potential of this not happening.
Nope, it's happened. It's on the card. It's on there. It's happened.
Okay. So how do we? Is there any way to like make it? Can these be things
Well, I mean, you
that
can
could
put a-
happen or may not happen?
That's not
Is
how
that-
how it works in this
It's
game.
not. Oh, okay.
Basically, anything that goes here is canon.
Okay. But if all the heroes die during this period,
But there could be a well.
then this doesn't.
They don't
happen
all
in
have to
this
die.
way. But if they did,
Do they all die?
Right. Well, no. I'm just saying, like, if they, like, say you're actually playing this as a campaign, right?
Yeah.
If they die here, then this doesn't happen. And
Well, I
this
mean,
happens.
Does it say
I
they
can
die?
take- I
No,
can
no.
take this.
No, but I'm just
back.
saying, like
If it doesn't
as-
say they die, then they don't have to die.
well, I'm
What if
just
I
saying.
did? What if I did that? Right. So we know that they're collected in this time, but we don't know if it's reforged or not.
Yeah. That
What if I did that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I'm just thinking, like,
and then that way there's.
I'd
wiggle
rather,
room.
you know,
He wants there to be wiggle room to actually play.
Right. So like
Right.
this is more. I'm thinking more like long-term campaign type stuff.
Yeah, if you're in a campaign, you don't know if you're actually gonna
like finish it. Maybe you're playing an evil campaign. Maybe none of this.
Well, and I mean,
maybe
in
you
our
make
games,
sure that the shields are still,
in our games.
You know what I mean,
right? This stuff could change.
Yeah.
Right. In actual play, this stuff can change.
Or maybe
right.
One of the maybe you've never found one of the shields. Maybe one of them is
that's
eternally lost.
Maybe that's an issue.
It went through one of the portals.
Yeah.
That opened up. You know, which I think the portal should happen here. Because this is when magic. Maybe this is when magic starts to kind of.
Yeah, take a note card and write it down.
Write that down.
Almost.
Okay, we got a lot.
It's going real well.
It's going better than I thought it would.
So if I put magic runs rampant, portals.
So everything went bad, and then it got a little bit better, and then everything went really bad. And then it got a little bit better, but the world is ended. But the world has been ended. But like I said, there's always an option. There's always an option for post-apocalyptic play. So this isn't the end.
I've got another.
Well, then maybe this campaign is
what's
to stop.
What's the way?
Exactly. This is just like.
That's where my head is
cataclysm.
I'm trying to think of like, well, this could happen, or you know, like there's always. I feel like there's always to these. You know.
Yeah, and I mean, like I said, things can change in play.
Yeah.
But like
that's why I don't necessarily think that it would be smart to put everything like super specific, set in stone.
Not
like this.
Yeah. So let's try to be less specific.
This has to happen. You know, like. Because what if the shows
and things can change? Yeah,
maybe there's like a time limit before this happens, and so maybe you don't.
I've got one.
Shields in time.
Yeah, go for it.
And that happens.
So put this
and
underneath the
the
event for the apocalypse.
Yeah.
The natural disasters stop for now.
Okay, so they get control, right? Yeah, we'll be a little less specific from now on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because in my mind, we were getting to this was all just the history. We were getting to a point where we play in the world. But I guess if you want to play in this
well,
period,
we would be playing in these periods, right? We would be playing during all this.
Okay, is that not
right?
I thought that's what this whole thing was.
That is what it is.
More or less.
No, that is what it is.
All this happens and then we start.
That is what this is.
I thought it was like we start somewhere.
Yeah, we can start anywhere.
Here, whatever.
Yeah, we can play anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what happens during the discovery period?
That's what we need to find out. We need to put events in there.
You know.
Well, in the discovery period, we discovered there are titans that run this planet, run the world.
Yeah.
So,
discovery
of massive titans.
Maybe they're more like giants, though. That's what I would imagine.
Well, I mean, they're probably smaller.
Because
they're probably like smaller, like giants and stuff like that you're communicating with. I think.
Or maybe they're like Ganassi, but big. Like giant Ganassi.
Yeah.
You know, because they're elemental, technically. But they're also human form, if I understand right.
What are?
Ganassi?
Yeah, they're like...
They're kind of human, but they're also...
like genie, basically, or elemental, yeah.
So I've got discovery of titans that control the world and its forces. Going right here.
Okay.
Maybe conflict between titans?
Well, this is...
So
remind me what courting means again?
Just establishing a relationship.
Okay.
Yeah.
Befriending.
It's like...
I would say maybe establishing the way the world like rules for living here.
Yeah. And I mean... That's basically what that... Like, that could just be written on the same card, basically.
Okay.
But yeah, that's basically the idea.
I love how we started making good whether or not it was a good or bad event, then we just stopped.
Yeah. and we've completely gone out of order, so like we're not in order at all. We're just throwing stuff out.
You see how this is just very loosey goosey, but this is working out really well.
Yeah. So.
All right.
What? So I'm thinking. What about?
There has to be some sort of a conflict.
So I say we at least get an event here and here, and then we start working with.
So I was actually just barely thinking of something, John, and
I think somebody
you
who
said
came
conflict
to this world is causing some sort of a conflict, or like causing some sort of contention
that's
between.
True. What I was thinking right before you said that was that we haven't mentioned dragons yet. Yeah. So the conflict could have to do with dragons.
Yeah.
Right. Maybe one of them is a dragon from another world. And that's basically he's basically the progenitor of the dragons.
So maybe we just put here the dragon awakens. If it's one dragon.
Well, I think that would go here.
Okay. I'll do that.
So there's one.
The awakening of the dragons. I don't know.
Yeah, I like that.
Right? I don't know.
Maybe the dragon is
and
the
then
one who opens these portals?
Yeah, then the dragons are sort of part of the conflict.
The awakening of dragons.
Okay.
Right here.
Should I add more to this? Because I'm thinking like
you can add more.
New monsters or like
yeah.
Add
more to it.
Like different.
Mm-hmm.
What would you call that? Like new monster species or something?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't know what you would call it. Like mutation?
No. Well, no, because they become. In my head, they're
coming from
through the portals. Yeah.
Okay. I don't know what.
Because I would imagine like the portals would be there'd be a portal open up in this world. And some other plane.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And so these monsters are just kind of
are just kind of coming through, like the obelisks in The Witcher.
Yeah.
Right, where the monsters are coming through from another world through the obelisks. Mm-hmm. I don't know what you would say.
Should I just put like in parentheses like new monsters
from other like alien monsters or something like that? I don't know, because they're not from this world. We're playing a really butchered version, but it's working.
So I'm going to put this here. Tell me if it doesn't fit.
No.
Crash landing onto a mostly uninhabited planet is right here.
Well, I mean, it's inhabited by the elementals and the creatures, but yeah.
Yeah, it's mostly.
Yeah. Okay.
Maybe those shields were the ones that. Maybe the shields were.
In my mind, I think the crash landing leads to more life being created.
Titans.
Yeah, more
because there's more.
Yeah.
There,
Yeah.
Maybe we put that here.
This was supposed to go in the Fallout.
More life is established because of the landing or something.
I don't know what you would call it. I don't know what you would say there.
The replenishing.
Like towns established or
like civilization established.
Yeah.
Civilization.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I think that the big bad guy should have been the one that had caused the contention. Maybe he stole the shields or something.
Yeah, and I mean this leaves it open for play, right? Because we can figure out how all that happened in play.
Yeah, I think we've got a lot of detail that we can start doing the focus now.
I think we're past the focus.
Doing scenes and stuff, like if we want to.
We can do scenes, but I mean,
because that's where it gets really fun. Is doing the roleplay.
So maybe shields are stolen here, and that's what causes the fallout.
Yeah,
which causes all this magic to start expanding, I guess.
Mm-hmm. And the shield is lost here.
Yeah.
So it's taken and then it's lost. Is that what you were saying?
Yeah.
Then
Because
you
there
can stat
wasn't-
out the shields.
Because they're...
Yeah.
Would there... should we put like a war between titans here? Or something?
You could say war between the dragons and the titans. Because now we know they show up there.
Yeah, they show up here. The Titans and Dragons fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, so maybe war
You could
between
say,
dragons
yeah.
and titans.
Yeah.
And then the shield is taken
Uh-huh.
as the war is happening.
Yeah.
And maybe that's when they realize,
Yeah.
oh crap. And
Yeah.
then the fallout happens. Then,
Yeah, okay.
so as a result of the shields being taken, this
How long have we been
happens.
going?
So what are you writing? War between... Okay.
Dragons and Titans.
Yeah.
Shields.
We've been going for 55-ish minutes.
That's not too bad. Okay.
Shields are stolen. Okay.
So,
That seems pretty good.
I think this is good. This is a good
Yeah.
start. We can pick it up. We can pick it up another day.
Yeah. Yeah, we pick it up at a later point. We do maybe some of the role-playing stuff.
Yeah.
And really get into
Yeah. I think this is a
what
good
all
start.
these things mean.
This is good for today.
Yeah. All right. Well, that went
we
well.
got a generic history of the world.
Yeah.
And there's enough
So
there's
next
enough vague
time-
there's enough vague material that we can play in it.
So what's the plan
Yeah.
for next time? Like, are we going to be
So-
coming up with like names? Like, how many people came through?
Well, I mean, we probably don't need specific stuff like
Yeah.
that.
I think it would be.
I mean,
nice
we
to
could.
do that.
We could
because
do
then you have an idea of like,
And I have books with tables and stuff that
Yeah.
where we could actually like world build the actual
because we could
stuff
come
that's
up with
happening.
like
Yeah,
who
maybe
was-
that's the next
who
step we
was
do.
the
Is
dragon
the
that
actual
woke
world
up?
building.
Who was
Yeah.
the
Instead of the
So,
history,
yeah.
if we
Let's
just
do world
the
building next instead of history. Let's
Yeah.
do world building. We'll world build out most of this stuff out.
who
Right.
was it that stole the shields?
Nobody knows.
We
yet.
gotta. I know the shields are important because there was only one, but
Yeah,
then
and,
it got broken.
we've barely touched on this,
Right.
Well,
so we have a lot to figure out.
maybe there are
Or are they
three
three?
of them. They're all
There's
separate,
three originally.
and they just
Yeah.
together maybe they create
Yeah.
some sort of
They create some sort of device
control over
some sort of device that control, which is
that keeps the magic.
which is
control-
another idea
controlled
that I
or
had.
something.
Like, what if when the gods placed the people here, basically, right? It was an invasion on these Titans world that they already had, right? And maybe the gods gave them the shields as some sort of control mechanism so that they would be safe, right?
the Titans, or
No, they gave the people the shields to control or to protect
So
themselves.
what if?
It's an idea. It's not on the table, so it's not canon, but it's an idea.
We could make that you could completely go back and make
Or
that
maybe-
the beginning period.
maybe the shields were a gift to the Titans from the gods
Yeah.
originally to keep the power over this world at bay, kind of.
Yeah.
And then the people that
Yeah, I kind of
walk
like that.
in-
I kind of like that. The awakening of the dragons in the war. That's what got the shields lost and stolen. Now they don't work anymore, and that's what all this chaos. That's when the magic
Yeah.
goes crazy. And
Something
And
like
it
that.
just so happened that the big bad guy was with these
so
people
essentially, like
who
magic,
crashed.
magic and the planet is under
Uh-huh.
control, and then it loses control, and then it gains control again.
Yeah, it loses control for this whole period.
Yeah.
Right.
I like it.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Well, next time we'll do some world
take a-
building. The next
I'll
time
take
we
a
pick this game
I'll
up.
take a picture of this because this is a lot.
Yeah.
Well, you could just stack them all the
Oh,
way
yeah.
they are. Too.
Yeah.
That's true.
I'd take a picture still.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a
just,
picture, and then.
But next time on the podcast, we're going to be doing a special sort of highlight of our book that is finally
Yeah, we're gonna go over.
finally been printed.
Okay,
And,
so I'll put yes and no on top.
At least we have.
And then I'll go from this. I'll go from this end. I guess I'll stack them like this. No.
Yeah, that works. just alternate them, turn them.
No.
Side. You want to keep them separate?
Well, I mean, I'm just stacking them in order.
Yeah.
Hopefully this.
Yeah. But yeah. Next time we're gonna go through some of our book that we've written.
In the future, we'll go over.
Yeah, and we'll play this at another time. We'll deep dive into the world building aspect.
Well, I mean, we could play this. We could play a game of this to build like the history of Necropolis, like how that happened.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah. Play a miniature.
This could technically be like a multi-year.
Yeah.
Do like
occurrence.
This
because you could technically do one for here.
Yeah.
This could all be pretty short up to that first.
And I think also next time we had down to do a monster design as well.
Yeah. So we're gonna design a monster.
Yeah. So if you're seeing this episode before then, please put down in the comments your ideas, and maybe we'll pull from the video or the RSS feed and see what people have to suggest for a monster.
That's all good.
But yeah, we did.
Should I just leave this here?
Sure.
We accomplished a lot. This went really good.
I mean, I thought we would get stuck more.
Yeah.
For sure.
We didn't get stuck really that much. It was just the beginning. Like, how do we start? Then we just wait.
Yeah, broke all the rules.
Yeah.
Hey, but it worked.
Yeah, it worked.
But anyways, that's going to be it for us. Thanks, everyone, for watching. Tune in next time for all the stuff that I mentioned before. Make sure you like the video and share it. And subscribe to get more... to see when we're going to upload next.
Yeah.
And yeah, we'll see you guys in the next one.